Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
What are you doing, Dirty John? Were you just trying to do something clever there? I saw you fingering around on the buttons.
Stuff ready.
I thought there'd be like an explosion of sound effects or noises. Can you do it? I want to hear it now. Everybody, get down to the ground, heads underneath your desk.
In honor of the anniversary of the Pearl Harbor attack.
Oh, is this what it?
I imagine this is what it was like.
And
when the Japs.
Those Japs.
They're flying in.
Let's just chant that. Ready? Japs. Get in on this. I need a deep bass voice.
Up
here. No, don't do that whole thing. Just do it again. Ready, set, go. Japs. Oh, it doesn't even sound like a word anymore. Japs. Strawberry flavored Japs. Strawberry flavored Japs. Strawberry flavored Japs. Japberry flavored straw. Oh, look, it's going crazy, all these alarms.
Listen.
Put that one up. That one's scaring me. That's like when I was young and I was probably 25. When I was a kid, 7th or 8th grade, and remember there was the threat of nuclear war, and they taught you how to go underneath your desk. That's my favorite thing in the world. Just go under your desk if a nuclear warhead is coming your way. You'll be fine. Just go underneath your desk. Everything's cool under your desk.
Those are some strong desks.
Well, it's a little known fact that elementary school, parochial school desks actually are anti-radiation engines.
I did know that, actually.
All right. That's right. Paul Souza over there. Paul Souza in the house today. New bass player for the Cringe, Paul Souza. He'll be on in a few moments. Dirty John Winterbottom sitting in front of me, but let me do that.
Whoa, jumping the gun.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's 8 o'clock Sunday night. Welcome to No Positive Radio. My name, as always, is Japs. Paul Hullabaloo. And sitting directly across from me, I want more headphones. I want more of me in my headphones. I want to hear me full throttle. Okay, that's good. Sitting directly in front of me, let's hope there's a little extra applause for you.
Okay.
The minister of all that is electronically motivated.
Yes.
His name is
Dirty John Winterbottom.
Oh,
in his house.
A lot of exuberance there.
In his house.
In his house. So I should break up that word. It's his house, not his house.
Well, that's
his house.
That's the white guy comes out.
I want to just jump right into the action here today. Ladies and gentlemen, You know what? We're anything but a conventional radio show, except for most of our conventional things. But most of our conventional facets would have been a better choice of words there. Things. I don't usually do this, but we're going to go to the mailbag today because I've been receiving a series of emails from the same person, and after I read the emails and give you my retort, my response to these emails, I'll even give that person a chance to call in and not necessarily defend his emails, but elaborate on.
This is a negative thing?
No, this is actually somewhat negative, somewhat positive.
Criticism?
It is fairly, I don't even know. Is it ambiguous or ambivalent or ambidextrous?
What do you want it to mean?
Like, it's wishy-washy. It's here, there. It's neither good nor bad. Ambivalent. It's ambiguously ambivalent. Right?
Sure.
It is, its message is ambidextrous.
Yes.
Correct?
I have no idea.
Or false?
False.
Wow. I've never heard anyone say correct or false.
What is false?
Answer it. If it's true, answer correct. If it's false, answer false. Go. So anyway, I'm going to read it to you. It's from a young man named Jonathan Vandal. What a name. I wonder if that's real.
Vandal.
It says, Dear Paul. Now, first off, I've gotten 2 or 3 emails from this person this week. So this must really be bothering him. Let me read you the email. Let me stop preempting the email.
Okay.
Dear Paul, I've been listening to your show since May. The first one I heard was, ... interesting. Parentheses. It was a crazy show when you were making Skin Pencil 3 a week before you put it on the air. You were really frustrated and apologized the next show. End parentheses. You said a couple of weeks ago that you made a kind of promise to yourself that you would not have anything to do with religion. Reconsider. Parentheses. But don't become a Catholic. End parentheses. You're a very intelligent man. You're a very intelligent man.
Well, obviously this guy is a lunatic.
I like that. And I think that if you were a Christian, you could do some great things for God.
Oh.
Think about it. It's not as bad as you think. I like that he goes. He said, think about it. It's not as bad as you think.
Like it never occurred to you.
He's wrapping it around. Parentheses. Catholicism is completely wrong. Semicolon. Christianity is not supposed to be not at all like that. Now there's sentence structure right there.
Whoa, what was that?
Right, let me do it slowly. Semicolon. Christianity is not supposed to be not at all like that. Okay?
Okay.
God accepts all kinds, apparently. Then end parentheses. God could bless you greatly with your music and everything. Sincerely, a faithful listener. P.S. Lose the theme song. It stinks. That kid that called in on Sunday was right. That song is pretty good, but it wouldn't make a good theme song. You know what's great? He just changed. He has like an epiphany about the song within one sentence. He says, "Lose the theme song. It stinks. The song is pretty good,
okay,
but it wouldn't make a good theme song." P.P.S. And then he gives me his email address. So I wrote back simply, "Dear faithful listener, God gave me the hives. Sincerely, Paul Hullabaloo." I got back another email from him. Paul Hullabaloo, comma. I was serious. If you would even bother to take the time to explore Christianity in its true form, comma, you would jump right in. You're intelligent. Again, he keeps reiterating that. He wants to sell me on it by stroking my ego. You're intelligent. You should see the evidence all around you. You should see the awesome things that have happened. You should see its impact. Our own president's a Christian, for God's sake! Exclamation point! It's not like it's hard or anything. It's not a bad thing. Think about it. Please! Exclamation point, exclamation point. I'll be praying for you. Sincerely, your faithful listener. P.S. Please lose the music! P.P.S. What do you mean God gave you the hives? Whatever.
Oh, Jesus.
So I wrote back, a short email back to him. I don't remember what I wrote, but I've got some commentary about this.
Okay.
You know what? I think maybe I've been misinterpreted, as usual.
Yeah.
Now, I have said on occasion that I do not and would not affiliate with any religious doctrines other than those of my own spiritual, spiritual creation.
You do often say, though, that you are one with the samurai.
That's the code of Bushido, and that is not exactly a religion. That's a philosophy and a code.
Okay.
A code of ethics.
I thought there's some Buddhism.
Do we need to take 20 minutes of the show, and I'll explain to you what religion is
okay, go
versus what philosophy
is?
is?
Paul, do you have any opinions, maybe, on, can you prove your points on religion? Would you like to share that with us?
I want to say a few things about this, because this is important to me. I don't have a damn thing against Christianity. Okay. Catholicism, yes. I don't think... I'm not for it, so to speak. I'm not going to wear the little pink ribbon for Catholicism on my breast of my coat. I'm not going to do that, because I think it's crass and commercial, and I think it's oppressive and out of touch and antiquated. So, of course, Catholicism is out. But Christianity, I'm going to tell you what. If there was any historical ideology that I have more of an interest in, I don't know what it is besides Christianity. Very interested in Christianity. The symbolism of Christianity, of course, the Jesus myth, the Joshua ben Joseph rising up and becoming the Son of God, and leading a group of people who would eventually betray him and crucify him. I think is a great myth, a great mythological story. Do I think it has some basis in reality? Well, I think it does. I'm sure there was a Joshua ben Joseph. Recently, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, they found the burial casket of who they believe was Joshua ben Joseph's brother, therefore theoretically Jesus Christ's brother, and it was the first piece of physical evidence that's been found in history that links something to the tangibility of a tangible version of Jesus Christ.
Because I don't know. Did you just say about the last name Ben Joseph? How it means son of Joseph?
Yeah,
That's
Joshua ben Joseph.
Yes.
That was his.
Ben meant son of.
Well, I think the understanding is that was his name. I want to talk about some things that I like about Christianity, because there are many facets of Christianity historically. I'm going to say facet 17 more times. Facet, Jap! That I appreciate. Let's talk a minute about one of my favorite things in the history of Earth. The Crusades.
Oh, yes. What a great tale.
First off, if there is a cooler word than Crusades, I don't know what it is. I think that is the coolest sounding spiritual religious quest that you couldn't have named it better than calling it Here for that thou forsooth, now we will go on 507 Crusades from here until eternity in the name of our Father, in Domini rectus in Necaro. So anyway, yeah, the Crusades. Now, of course, the Crusades were a series of expeditions that lasted centuries that were bent on the solemn vow to deliver the Holy Lands from Turkish and Muslim tyranny and invasion. I think that's an interesting thing. Now, Crusaders, here's some interesting facts here.
Yeah.
Crusaders, which is what they were called, people who joined into the Crusades, they were soldiers of the church, which almost sounds kind of like an oxymoron, but that's one of the great things I love about Christianity. Yeah. It's violent. Christianity never turned a cheek to raw, unhinged violence, and I appreciate that about Christianity. If there was ever anything that would make me affiliate myself perhaps with the ideologies of Christianity, it would be that they are for violence. So they were soldiers of the church, and they comprised all facets of the enlightened populace, from priests and bishops all the way down to common lower-class citizens with their eyes strictly on the benefits that would follow services rendered to the preservation of God's good name. So these crusaders were granted a great amount of privileges in return for their services. For instance, here's some interesting things. If you joined up with the Crusades and went to battle against the Muslim heathens, you would become free of legal accountability and prosecution during the time period of the Crusades, which lasted centuries, as I'm going to get to. Yeah. So pretty much you were all set for the rest of your life. They could not be taxed or have their lands taken away as long as they continued to direct their undying rage against all pagans, heretics, Byzantine tribes, and Mohammedan Islamic infidels, which I think is interesting too. Cool. As long as they continued their service in the name of God, they would not be taxed or have their lands taken away, no matter how poor they were or no matter how little they contributed back to the fabric of society. Now, the common understanding is that there were 8 organized crusades that lasted from the 11th century when Jerusalem fell and was captured by the Turks, up through the 17th century with the final crusades into fallen Hungary, which continued to be captured and alone amongst the rest of what had become a more liberated Christian Eastern Europe. So they went in to stop that, to stop the
This is
the
almost
spread.
as boring as when I heard it back in high school.
If you think this is boring, you have
kidding.
something seriously wrong with you.
It's the way you're telling it.
Oh, you're an asshole of the highest order. Do you know that? You're an undying asshole. Beep. So anyway, here's what I want to get to. Another facet, a sub-facet of the Crusades. Sub-facet of my initial idea here of my defense of Christianity.
Okay.
The Knights of Templar. What does that mean to you when I say that? The Knights of Templar, the Templar Knights. Well, yes, the beginnings of the Masonic movement, which continues to this day, and secret handshakes, and wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Let's kill presidents. Yes. The Knights of Templar. Thank you, Paul Sousa, who knows. He's educated and enlightened, unlike Dirty John's like, this is boring. Let's talk about boobs. Let's talk about the door wars. So, You're drunk. Now, once the Crusades had begun to become a successful venture, a holy military order of men was created known as the Knights Templar. Now, this began with a core group of 9 founding members who established its code and philosophy, which lay strictly in the protection of Christian travelers and patrons en route through questionable lands to holy places like Jerusalem and Bethlehem, and and these people were viewed, not the people that were going, but the protectorates, the Knights of Templar. They were viewed as holy and godly, and they were viewed as being bathed in the light of God's holy might. Okay? Now, they also answered only to the Pope. Just like anyone in the Crusades, they were legally unaccountable, could not be taxed, and had secret societies and rituals that were above and beyond even the Pope, even the papal throne. And they were of course, the Pope answers only to God, so these guys were second to the word of God. Now, they were at once vicious and straightforward warriors and humble monks in service of the word. Now, I've got a little excerpt. I found this little thing in the Catholic encyclopedias, which you can find online, which is full of more interesting stuff. Now, of course, they slant certain things, you know what I mean? But, it's cool anyway. So this is a little excerpt about the Knights of Templar. Hold on. A contemporary describes the Templars as, quote, in turn lions of war and lambs at the hearth, rough knights on the battlefield, pious monks in the chapel, formidable to the enemies of Christ, gentleness itself towards his friends, end quote. Having renounced all the pleasures of life, they face death with a proud indifference, much like the samurai that you brought up earlier.
Yes.
Because the whole basis of the samurai's existence is the expectation of death. That is the core principle of the samurai's existence. Every day they would meditate on violent and disturbing death to themselves, because that's all they live for. They live for ultimately where their lord or their master would ask them either go into battle and exhibit their valor that they've learned and they had instilled in their heart and die, or commit seppuku or harikari, whatever you want to call it, which is where they disembowel themselves, if told. The minute they are told to die, they die. Actually, they disembowel themselves, and then their master is supposed to behead them.
Oh.
That's the samurai thing. But anyway,
nice?
Similar to this with the Templars. Now, where was I here? With the brown difference. They were the first to attack, the last to retreat, always docile to the voice of their leader, the discipline of the monk being added to the discipline of the soldier. As an army, they were never very numerous. A contemporary tells us that there were 400 knights in Jerusalem at the zenith of their prosperity. He does not give the numbers of sergeants who were more numerous, but it was a picked body of men who, by their noble example, inspirited the remainder of the Christian forces. They were thus the terror of Muhammad. Were they defeated, it was upon them that the victor vented his fury, the more so as they were forbidden to offer a ransom. When taken prisoners, they scornfully refused the freedom offered them on the condition of apostasy, which probably means going against God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going against the Anglo-Christian God. At the siege of Safed in 1264, at which 90 Templars met death, 80 others were taken prisoner, and refusing to deny Christ, died martyrs to the faith. This fidelity cost them dearly. It has been computed that in less than 2 centuries, almost 20,000 Templars perished in wars in the Crusades. Now, here's an interesting thing about the Templar Knights. They're credited with literally the creation of modern banking. They actually invented the idea of interest, which at the time they called a usury tax, because at that time they had amassed such a wealth for themselves because they weren't taxed. They actually had enough money that they started lending money to the King of France and to other kingdoms with interest. They had to get money back. So kings would borrow money from them when they were in times of dire political need during wartime or whatever. So this ended up being their undoing because the Pope at this time I'm about to tell you about, whose name, weirdly enough, was Pope Innocent II.
Okay.
And King Philip of France feared the great wealth and respect and influence of the Templars and began to separate and destroy the order, putting vast amounts of Templars to death for heresy and treason until only the original Templar, whose name was Jacques de Molay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, who was the original member who found 8 other and formed the first 9, who created the code and the philosophy and the whole thing. He was the only one who remained. They saved him, and he was imprisoned, and they saved him for last. And then he was burned at the stake in front of the Pope, King Philip of France. But the coolest thing was, as the fire was trickling up and licking at his feet and building around him, and he knew that inevitably he was going to be burned painfully to death, and he said out loud, according to the legend, within 1 year, he pointed at the Pope and the King, both of you are going to join me in hell. 1 month later, the Pope died. 7 months later, the King died. King Philip of France.
There you go.
Badly cool. Badness. I think that is badness. So, of course, that's a facet of Christianity I like, but there are so many things about it that I can't affiliate with, I can't go along with, I can't, jive with.
Yeah.
For instance, here's a thought that occurs to me that I find interesting. The Anglo-European Roman Christian God doesn't even have to make itself knowable by choosing a name for itself or a physical representation for itself. The Anglo God is called what?
God.
God. Now, what does that imply?
All-knowing, all-seeing.
Right. It implies like a unanimous...
I feel like I'm being quizzed.
Yeah! Science!
Oh my God, oh God.
Math! Implying, it implies like a unanimous all-purpose nature, and so they were smart enough to realize to appeal to a wider audience. Now remember, God is a construct that was written by men. God is a creation of man. And the Anglo, Christians decided this would be the ultimate way of asserting authority with their deity, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, it seems to assume itself to be above and beyond any of the rest of the horde of provincial gods of lesser men, like the Byzantines and the Turks, okay?
Those damn Turks.
And the Greeks and the Romans, and the Indians and the Red Men and the Indians. Now, also, my other problem is, I don't toe any party lines. I'm Paul friggin' Hullabaloo. And notice I put the G on the end of friggin', because that means I'm serious. I'm not Paul friggin' Hullabaloo tonight. I'm Paul frigging Hullabaloo. Okay, I'm not frigging around here. I don't toe any party lines or support anyone else's agendas, least of all God's. I think he's got enough power and influence going for him. He doesn't need my help. Right. As a matter of fact, I think it's more interesting that in my mind I have a more adversarial feeling about God. And I can rationalize that because let me just start by saying this. There was a long time before I had the wherewithal inside of myself to completely extinguish any system of belief I had that connected me to any religion or religious doctrine or God. I am godless, but fully spiritual.
Isn't your mother very religious?
No, not in my family.
No?
I was never really raised religious, although I was put in parochial school when I was young.
Yeah.
But that was just like private school. So it's for people who had a little bit of money. So I was put in parochial school. Now, if you had a first grade teacher named Mean Miss Keen, and she took a ruler to your hand and called it God's hand and slapped you with it, you would probably be against the idea of God as well. Or you would think God had it out to get you. So I grew up, after that, when I came into my own in my early teens, I said, well, I'm going to be agnostic. You know what I mean? Which is the most pussy, agendaless, spiritual centrality I think you could possibly have is to be agnostic.
Yeah.
You know what? There may be a God. There may not be a God. I'm not going to. I'm going to reserve judgment till I see for myself. If there is, I'm with it. If there isn't, well, I told you so. I mean, it's gay and it's pussy. So I decided that's even worse than being Catholic, in my opinion. I came to the realization, the epiphany, and I moved past that. Now, my thought is this: the romanticization. I can't get that word out. Romanticization that I have to inspire within myself to get past my godlessness tells me that any God that may exist, in my opinion, might have a respect for me or respect for any man for having the central fortitude to stand on his own 2 feet through the pilgrimage of his life, as opposed to being dependent on something that may lie after his life. I stand on my 2 feet, I throw caution to the wind. My spirituality is all inside of me. I've told you before, I'm building the architecture of my own Valhalla that with time and effort I will graduate to. Now, is there a heaven, is there a hell? Yes, of course there is. Because if you believe fully your whole life and commit faith to the idea of a heaven, when you are dying and your dopamine is released and your brain grants you your last wish, your last thought, will have successfully tricked your brain into thinking there's a heaven, so the last thought will be that you were graduating to heaven. Now, since you don't graduate to a next thought, that's eternity, because that's your final thought. That's my opinion. Here's another thing I can't stand, really quick.
Okay.
God rock.
Oh, jeez. I work with somebody who listens to that.
Well, that's terrifying to me.
I had to move their car, and I jump in, and then they're on the seat next to me, the CD covers with the hands in the prayer shape, and it's like, worship for God with a big number 4.
Yeah, I think all the God rock bands have to be called worship.
Yeah.
Worship. And if you ever see the God rock band members, they look pretty much like regular rock and roll band members.
They do.
Here's the weird thing. How come every time on TV you see the God Rock concerts, it's like 500,000 people?
I don't know what we're doing wrong.
How come you never hear about any of these bands?
Yeah, or the shows. Maybe it's a big southern, southwest.
Like, no, it would be more Middle America Bible Belt.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Which, yeah, I'm sure that is what it is.
Because I don't ever hear them coming around here.
Yeah, the stereotype here would be that the coasts,
Yeah.
the coastal regions are a little bit hipper.
Because I'm always scanning the papers. I can't, to check them out.
God Rock, I'm going to tell you what, if there was ever a more passionate goddamn middle finger in the face of what rock and roll is supposed to be, which is anything but holy and reverent, it would be God Rock. God Rock is the greatest oxymoron in the history of the creation of the guitar. I think, is Les Paul dead?
No.
Well, when he is dead, he'll spin in his grave at some point over the ideology of God Rock.
I don't know. Maybe he is. I really don't know.
And that's not to say that rock and roll is quote-unquote devil music,
Yeah.
because that's just as much of a cliche. As God Rock, devil rock. It's all the same boring, asinine cliche. Okay? Frankly, rock and roll, in my opinion, is not for the benefit of any such deity. That's what I'm talking about. Rock and roll has nothing to do with the ethereal. It's the celebration of the physical psychology of being alive, organic, being plugged in, being in danger. It's rock and roll is the celebration of existence, not the celebration of what's going to come later. It's rooting around in the mud of living.
Imagine mosh pits at the God Rock shows.
Well, they don't ever get crazy at the God Rock shows.
But imagine if that's what it was like.
You know who's God Rock and who pretends they're not? Carlos Santana. Creed?
Yeah, I don't think he pretends he's not, but most people don't realize it, I don't think.
I've said it a number of times on this
Creed,
radio
though, yeah.
station.
What?
Or on radio before. I've said
Yeah.
this, what I'm about to say. Whatever happened to the rock and roll plane crash? How come Creed...
There's a few bands that need a good old-fashioned rock and roll plane
How
crash.
does Creed survive in Buddy Holly and Bamba
And Richie Valens.
crashing to the side of a mountain?
Yeah.
The Big Bopper is cut into a billion pieces in a fiery explosion.
Yeah.
But all these God Rock bands continue?
Or Stevie Ray Vaughan.
How come you never hear about these God Rock bands? Isn't it weird that it's Christian?
Well, maybe it's because they're God Rock.
It's an
God is watching out for them.
Now, Amanda, the girl who I put I smooch with now, lovely Amanda, she tells me that she says, well, it's underground, which is shocking to me, but it's true.
Oh, that music?
The God Rock movement
Yeah, I guess
is
it is.
underground.
Yeah, in its own weird way. Yeah.
Because it's so niche, yet that niche is a billion people. That's the weirdness of it. It is probably, if that's the truth, if I'm supposed to take that as truth, then that is the largest underground movement that I know of,
Right.
or that I'm consciously aware of.
Yeah.
I mean, God knows, is there a spider in my pant leg?
Earlier, when we started the show, a spider was crawling on Paul's paperwork, and he proceeded to screech pretty much like a girl.
Yeah, well, it has 8 legs and as many eyes.
Yeah.
It's like a little robot.
I hope
it's
right
creepy.
now Amanda's sitting around with some friends going, yeah, listen, this is the guy I'm smooching with, and yeah, he was crying like a girl.
Spiders.
He was screaming and jumping around like a little girl.
I'm the biggest faggot there ever
By
was.
the way, folks, the phones are off right now. Later on, we'll be taking calls. I see the lights were going crazy a little while ago. So
I mean, let's just do this right now. If
What do you wanna
Mr.
do?
Jonathan Vandal
let's
is
go to
out
a song and come back. And
Yeah,
so I
we'll
can
do
turn
that.
everything on. Okay?
But what I want to do is this. We're going to play some real rock and roll that has nothing to do with Jesus. That has nothing to do with Mother Mary. Bless us and splash us.
Blessed be
My precious. It's a little of the Deftones, okay? It's a song I believe is called The Elite. And it's off the White Pony album, which I have an affinity for. And it's loud and it's obnoxious. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be, pray for us, Jesus. I want to show you my penis. No, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Anyway, so I invite Mr. Jonathan Vandal, who so brashly and boldly challenged me with his emails, call up after the song or during the song.
After the song.
Not to defend yourself.
Well, I see the phone's already ringing, but after the song.
Sell it to me. I want you to sell it to me. Sell Christianity to me. Maybe I'll join your army. I'll join your quest. But only if I can become a leader amongst men. King of the Jews. Paul Hullabaloo. Here's the Deftones. This is No Positive Radio. Stay tuned. The number is 792-9030. It's the hotline to my heart and soul. 792-9030. The Deftones will be back. No Positive Radio. Yeah. Woo! When you're ripe, you'll bleed out of control. You'll bleed out of control. When you're ripe, you'll bleed out of control. You'll bleed out of control. I like that lyric, and that's pretty much the lyric in that song. Mr. Souza, could you put this in the case when you get a moment? Thank you. So, we could take some calls. 792-9030 is the hotline.
What's that guy's name?
Oh, yeah. JV, Jonathan Vandal. Suck, I'm calling you out! I'm calling you and you got out. I just did the dramatic fist thing, too, when I said that. Sometimes I wish this was more of a visual thing. Oh, yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
I've said it before a couple weeks ago, and I didn't come through. This time I'm telling you the truth. Next week, next Sunday night, will be I'll be revealing Part 3 of the Zip Manifesto, my No Positive
Zip
Manifesto, Part 3, which is about the communication system, especially the radio, right here where we are. My thoughts on this, my thoughts on the transmission philosophy that we hold dear to us here at No Positive Radio. So that'll be next week. Now, Dirty John.
Yes, sir.
Johnny Dirtley.
Yeah, Dirtly.
Dirtley. Mr. Sir Dirtley of Nobleshire.
Ready? Wait. Listen.
Johnny Monez, I wanted to say hello, and Larry D, if you're out there, I love you. Amanda, hello.
This is my impression.
It's gonna make me an irregular.
I know. Ready?
Right.
Listen. Ready?
Get me some water. Get me some cold water. My heart's not right. Get me some cold water. Some cold water. My heart. Do you know if you hear if you hear the sound of a heartbeat going fast, did you know that your heart rate will increase?
Well,
Your brain will hear it.
I've been pitching this up. It's going fast.
Do it louder. Much faster.
It won't go fast.
Oh, make it again. I want more of my own sound of my own beating heart. It makes me feel so uncomfortable and squishy. Makes me feel like my entire body is inside out, like I'm sucking on my own venal system here. Oh, I'm so disturbed by the sound of that. It's the worst sound in the world. I can't take it!
Slow it down.
Oh my God. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and the hour of our death, amen. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and the hour of our death, amen. Holy God, pray for us sinners now and the hour of our death, amen.
Really slow. Calm.
I'm becoming an elephant.
You're calming down.
I'm all right.
You're calming.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. It's only pot. I'm not going to have a panic attack this time. It's only pot. I've been doing so well, but the other night, of course, I woke up, I had a spell. A young man just slept at my house.
Yes.
Now, I warned her ahead of time. I said, young lady, I have terrible sleep patterns. I can't sleep. I don't sleep through a whole night. I'm up. It's either insects crawling on me, Doberman pinchers with red eyes staring at me and telling me to murder my neighbors, or my increasingly volatile heart, my heart rate, my panic attacks, my anxiety syndrome, my menstruation. See, I want to see if you were listening. I threw that at you. I always think to myself, you know what? If blood trickled out of the head of a man's penis once a month, I think there'd be much more war, strife, and hunger in the world. It is a good goddamn thing that tiny trickles of blood don't come out of the end of a man's penis for a few days every month. Think of the unholy terrors that would be unleashed upon the lands.
It would really
the pestilence and disarray that would come from it. Wouldn't that be scary?
I really don't even want to continue talking.
Have you ever peed and some blood came out?
No.
Yeah, I've done that. Today I was doing this thing where I was lying in my bed, and I can do it right now. I'm stretching backwards, like arching my back backwards, and right underneath where my pubic hair is, I get like a stinging feeling. Now, I've had 2 major surgeries in that area. What if I need a third?
Well, you get a third.
Oh my God, I am so sterile. I'm like cryogenically sterile. Why isn't anybody called? Did you shut off the phone? Turn that up. Let's put the death of the radio show since nobody's calling.
Yeah, what? The
You
lights...
probably didn't. You probably ruined the phone. You broke the phone, didn't you? No, you broke it.
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, fine. Let's call somebody then.
You want to call somebody?
Yeah, I want to call somebody up.
All right.
Leave this music on. It makes me feel happy. Oh, there's a call. Well, now they're calling. Everyone wants in now. We got 2 things. Hello. This is fabulous. Hello.
I don't think the phones are.
No, I think you broke the phones because a minute ago they worked. Remember when you broke the phone a minute ago and now they don't work?
No, the phone.
And you sabotaged and destroyed my entire radio broadcast today.
Hold on.
Oh man, I'm ready. I'm not.
Try it.
Hello. What do you need?
All right. Your phone's working, but it's wicked, wicked bad.
How is it now?
Well, I heard that better through the radio than through the phone.
Well, then leave your radio on. What about this? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Now let's get on with it here. What's up? What's the problem? What's the point?
I don't even know why I called you now.
Oh, great.
That's a typical caller here on No Positive Radio. Thanks.
No, actually, I know what it was.
Oh, great.
I was trying to call you like an hour ago.
Yeah, when we weren't on the air, pretty much. That's
Well,
great.
maybe not an hour ago, but you guys talk so damn long, you never know how long it's going to take.
Yeah, it's weird, having a talk show and all. It's weird. It's weird all that talking we do during the talk show when it's only the sound of a voice going over the air. It's weird to actually be filling the time with talking. Hello?
Well, no.
Well, I'm just
Anyways,
combating you here.
okay. Here's what I was calling about.
Okay. Come on. Well,
The samurai thing before.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Correction.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to tell you, you said that they take their lives because their lords tell them to.
Well, no,
They don't do that.
Not exclusively.
They never did that.
Oh, you're completely
The only reason they do that is that they feel dishonored.
No, you're completely wrong. I
And-
hate to disagree with you, but you're completely wrong. I've studied the code of Bushido. I know all about it, and you're completely wrong. And there are a few things that I will insist that you're wrong about. This is one of them.
Okay, so
They were completely loyal to death to their master. If in
Right.
fact their master was to propose the idea of taking their own life because of an act of somebody being dishonored, or they were dishonored themselves, or the code, or the master, that was their whole code of life, was to expect death.
Yes, that I agree with, but you were talking about, it wasn't actually the thing about them, their lords wouldn't tell them to take their own lives. They would not do that.
Sir,
The thing that
sir,
they do is, if they dishonored themselves by not protecting their lord or something like that, or just anything in general that dishonors them, they would do it.
Sir, are you a Ronin like me, for instance? Maybe you
Yes, I am.
Maybe you read a scholastic book in 3rd grade about the samurai, okay? Jimmy goes to the museum and sees the samurai. But I am actually a Ronin warrior, a Ronin prince. I am also king of the Jews. If anybody knows anything about being a samurai, would it not have been the king of the Jews? Paul Hullabaloo. Paul
don't know,
Hullabajoo. I'm Paul Hullabajoo. Okay? It's called seppuku. It's called bukkake. All right?
Oh, you had to go there.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
You had to go there.
I wish I was more into the scatological stuff, because I'd like to use the word bukkake more.
Yeah.
Bukyak. Okay, take another call. I don't like being disagreed with. Hello?
Paul?
Yeah?
Hello, Paul.
Turn on your radio,
What's
man.
up, radio?
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
I just wanted to say that guy was an idiot. Don't listen to a word he says. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right.
That was a guy who spent 5 minutes.
And also, I wanted
You
you to
didn't
know
let me do
that
my
I'm a big
joke.
fan. I live on Quidnick Island. I live in Middletown. I've been going downtown Newport, putting posters up about your show. Your show rocks, Paul. I love your show.
Oh, wait, whoa, hold on.
We all do here on the Quidnick Island. We want you to know. We just wanted you to know that you rock, and Dirty John is a terrible, terrible human being.
Oh, it's this asshole.
There is a grassroots movement. Can I ask you something? Hello?
All right.
God, he didn't want a question. I was going to ask if Quiddick Island was a penal colony or something.
I
That
don't
makes me-
know.
What is he hanging posters? I'm not hanging posters for his construction company or plumbing company or
I
whatever
think
he
he
does.
might have been messing with us just to get out the Dirty John line.
Yeah, they love that. They don't love you, but they love not. You're the guy they love to hate.
Well, I guess he's not in my fan club,
No,
huh?
I
He
love
won't be
you.
getting the Dirty John newsletter of the month.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Jap, 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 jap. Immature radio. Immature radio. 792-9030. I want to talk for a second while we're waiting for another call about a gentleman who's in the studio with us today. The new bass player for The Cringe. That's right. His name's Paul Souza. Come up here. Don't yell. You see, that's people always want to talk. They have a microphone in front of their face. Now, I need a step ladder to get the mic up to Paul because he's 7.5 feet tall. It's the land of the goddamn giants. Dude, what?
Anybody want a peanut?
That's our bass player. So you play in another band too, right?
Yeah, we just had a set at the Met Cafe.
What's the name?
CBSH, Comic Book Superheroes.
Can I bring up a point?
Funky Punksters.
Can I bring up a point to you for a second? And don't answer till I give you the mic back. What do you think of the idea of, okay, sometimes when you're in a band with people, it kind of can be equated to being in a relationship with a girl or a guy.
Easily.
Now, my first question that you'll answer simply is, do you like to date girls that date other guys? Go.
I've dated a girl who dated other guys, so it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, so what you're saying is you are progressive and mature, unlike myself, who gets fits of jealousy and rage, the likes of which have not been seen by mortal man in some time. Because sometimes I get worried that if you're in two bands, someday you're just going to say, these guys are basic and boring, comic book superheroes are flabbergasting, and I'm going to leave this cringe band and take all their equipment and smash it, because I'm so much larger than them. Your thoughts?
My thoughts would be I'm a band whore, and I share the same philosophy that, I impart on others to experiment. It's all right to go date other people.
What is this, college?
Taking a call?
Aaron came in. Hello, Aaron with Kind Sounds coming up at 9. Yeah, let's take a call.
There.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
This is the point. Yeah, this is the part where you're talking to the phone.
How can we help you tonight?
Hi, I was listening to your show about being in a band.
Okay.
I'm also in a band, and it's like being in a relationship. Pain in the ass.
Anything else I've said you'd like to reiterate?
Excuse me?
Nothing. You have anything else you'd like to say?
No.
What do you think about the band whore?
What do you think about the idea of being like essentially what Mr. Sousa called a band whore, which is being in a number of bands and quote unquote, as he said, dude, while experimenting?
I think it'd be cool to be in more than one band if it was different styles. Like you said, comic book superheroes, ska punk, and then the band you guys are in. But if you're playing in 3 different punk bands or whatever, it's useless.
What's the name of your band?
Damaged Goods?
Oh. Are you in an echo chamber?
He's got the radio
I'm on
jack.
car punk.
He's sitting there deeply thinking at the Fortress of Solitude.
We got
Yeah,
somebody on
nice.
the other line.
All right, thank you for disagreeing with me and making me feel angry at you. Go, next
Sorry,
call.
bro. Peace.
Bye. Hello. Man, let me say, it's going to warm up. They got to warm up. You got a message. All right, let's
Hello?
call someone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
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 How can we help you tonight?
How are you?
Hey, I'm alright.
How are you?
Good.
What's up?
What do you got, Ray Romano's brother playing bass for you?
That's Ray Romano on bass. Hold on.
Dude, what?
I think I worked on a couple
Don't
guys
do
from
that
that
shit.
band.
That's scaring me, that voice.
Do you have a request for us tonight?
Yeah.
What?
Could you play Freebird?
Yeah, we could do that for you. You want me to sing a little of that? A couple
Sure.
bars?
Go for it.
I only know the chorus, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm the only guy in America who doesn't know Freebird.
Okay.
I'm as free as a bird now, and you know I'm free as a bird now, and I'm
you.
free as a bird now, 'cause I'm free
He actually
as
hung
a
up.
bird now. Free, oh, get you right with a bird. Yellow bird, why are you talking to me? Thank you.
All right.
Where's the applause for that one?
I'm sorry.
That was a little Clarence Skinnerd. That was Dr. Spock. In the
Did you hear that
Mohicans.
guy just go like, thank you, and he hung
You
up?
you didn't recognize the voice after 2 years of being on the radio.
Is that James?
No, it's John Monez. Hi.
Oh.
Hey, welcome back to the show.
I didn't hear it.
No, that's funny. You had the headphones on. It's only boosting
What,
in your ears.
when does he ever call the show?
Oh, no, just about every other week.
No,
You
he
know, that's
doesn't.
funny since the dawn
come
of the
on.
show. That's
Once
bizarre.
in a
Remember
while.
John, that guy? Used to work in
I
a
don't
tattoo
know.
shop?
You know, I.
John Larry, remember them? Either
yeah.
of them?
No.
No, you know? What's
No.
my name?
I don't. Where are we?
Mr. Hullabajou.
Who are we?
What?
Who am I?
Paul Hellavajou. What? People must think I'm a wicked anti-Semite, but actually I'm pro-Semite.
Can I hear what retreat is on this?
Let's do a
disc?
couple sound effects.
I don't
let's
know.
sound effect it up.
This is called retreat.
Forsooth, I ask you now,
Hear ye,
run
hear
back
ye.
to the hills from your heathen lands where you've come from, or I shall run you through. And I will not hesitate to run you through. Neither hither nor thither, neither here nor there. I have no problem with the runnage of you throughing. What is that? Why do I always ruin my voice at the end? Oh my god, I'm feeling something weird happening here.
Okay.
Something weird's happening. Olivia. Getting a little bit shaky inside here. Why, Dirty Johnny. Hello there, Dirty Johnny.
Oh, jeez.
My, Dirty Johnny, I'm gonna turn it right on.
Eudora.
Look, it's been a long, I ain't gonna lie, okay? I ain't gonna lie, neither here nor there. It has been one hell of a long time
it's
since
been a-
I've been on the air.
It's been a quiet little break
Now.
without you here.
Now, Paul Hubbard, he don't know how to, what they call assert himself on the colors. Now, let me ask you something, Dirty John.
Yeah.
Donnie Earl, you listening?
Dirty John.
Donnie Earl, listen.
Dirty John.
I want to ask you one simple question.
Yes, sir.
Now, why do you think,
Yes.
prehensively this is?
I try not to
Now, do you
think.
know what I mean by that, prehensively?
No.
Prehensively means it's neither here nor
Nor there.
there.
I
No,
knew
don't
that.
fill in
I
that.
did know
Excuse
that.
me, I don't want to have my sentences filled in.
Sorry.
How old am I?
I don't know.
How old am I?
Oh.
However old I am, I...
38?
Nope.
however old I am, I
38.
spent all this time being
Yeah.
able to finish my own sentences. I don't need no 2-bit Don Earl lookalike to
Dirty
be.
John.
Please, now.
Okay.
You're interrupting my sentence.
sorry.
Now, why do you think prehensively,
Yes.
yes, which also means opposable thumbs,
Right.
if you look in any old science book.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
Nope.
But, point is, I'm smarter than you. I want to make sure you know it.
Yeah.
I'm talking really fast today.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think Paul could not rustle up some callers today? What is Paul doing? Why can't he do it?
I think they fell asleep during the lecture you gave.
Correction! Right there, I'm going to tell you right now. That is absolutely correct, okay? I ain't going to kid you, and I ain't going to lie. My name ain't Eugene Eudora. If you ask kindly
Do you want to take this caller for Paul?
Excuse me, you keep talking over me. I can't finish. I got to say it. If you take a call, go ahead, take a call. I don't want no dial tone. Hello? Okay,
Somebody's whispering.
Oh, it's
Hello.
Hello.
was a scary
We
movie.
all know that you are news, but are you king of the Jews?
Oh.
Oh,
What
jeez.
can you say about this Jesus
That's
mania,
what you
miracle
say.
wonder man, killer of Jews? Did you know? Of course, one of my favorite subjects is organization of religion. Am I correct?
Yes, you are.
Now, I know what I'm about to say is neither here nor what.
There.
Don't finish my sentences. I
Sorry.
tricked you.
Sorry.
See, I got 20/20 hearing right now, and I heard that one coming. I knew if I set you up, I could just throw you over the edge.
I know.
I set you up for the
I'm
fall.
a sucker for your jokes.
Now, first and foremost, there's two things to remember when thinking about the Jews, okay? They are one step above the coons, okay? Now, the only reason they're one step above the coons
Yeah.
is because they are holding, at least at this point, the whip. Now,
Yeah.
are you listening?
Yes.
If the Jew was the gun, the coons, they be the bullets. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, what's a gun without bullets?
It's useless.
No,
Okay.
it's a gun without bullets.
Right.
I just told you the answer.
I'm
you
sorry.
ain't listening.
I'm sorry.
Try listening.
I'm sorry.
I know you want to jump the gun, do all the talking. Yippity yap yap, skippity dap.
Do you realize there's a caller on the line, right?
Let's take another call. Hello?
Yes. Are you there?
I don't even know why I'm talking to this
Hello?
person. You are a coon-skinned
Hello?
queer.
Here, try this one.
I want both microphones.
There you are.
I've got two microphones. Two microphones for the price of one. Two microphones for the price of three. I ain't giving you two microphones for the price of three. I'm giving you four for the microphone. If I don't hit on what you want to. I ain't gonna lie.
I give it 5.
Shut up. You ain't gonna tell me what. Don't try to be funny. You know, if I wanted funny, I would let Paul Hullabaloo back in this here room. But I don't want funny. I want to tell it to you like it is.
We need funny.
What do we got here? 7 minutes?
Yeah.
We got this Tom, Dick, and Harry baloneying me across the room. Hang up on him. I don't want no caller. If I was to want a caller, I would ask for it.
How are the sales doing at your
Workman's Crab Warehouse.
Working-
Or were you saying, I got new Miracle Chicken Fingers at the Peppermint Lounge.
Oh yeah.
Have you had Miracle Chicken
I haven't.
Fingers?
I've been hearing about it. Paul's been telling me.
No, he has not.
Yes,
Because he
he
does
has.
not know. So now you're lying. You are a coon-skinned queer, aren't you? Look at me in the eyes and tell me. Look at me in the eyes and tell me you're not
Oh,
queer.
we got another
no,
call.
just tell me you're not queer.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello?
Whoa.
Hi.
Hello?
Hello.
Is this URI?
Yes. Say yes.
Hello?
Do you want to know who is this?
Is this RIU?
Yeah, something like that.
What?
Who are you is the question. Who are you? To quote the who are you? Who? I really want to know, who are you?
I'm Keltor and I want to make a request.
We don't take requests.
I want to request you keep your trap shut and I'm going to hang up on you. What do you think about that? Thank you, Dirty John. You go along with my request. Now answer me.
Yeah,
the whole
what was
point of
it?
this show, are you or are you not
Yes.
queer?
Well,
Because I'm not going to kid you.
like happy.
Now, don't
happy-
answer yet. You may not like what you hear out of your own mouth.
I know.
And I may not like to see what goes in that mouth. Now, listen here. I look at you across
Yeah.
this board. I'm standing up here high and mighty like on top of Mount High,
Yeah.
like a wizard who makes the Skittles fall from the sky in that there commercial. Okay? I'm
Oh,
looking.
we have another call.
Are you queer?
Hello.
Are you queer?
Oh, it's this.
Hang up again. I can hear your background noises. I just want a simple answer,
Yes.
but I don't want you to answer till I ask you the question correctly.
Okay.
Have you ever been, or are you now,
Yes.
either
Yes.
a coon,
Yes.
do you have skin,
Yes.
or are you a queer?
Well.
Answer in 3 parts. Each part, 2 extra parts. Part 1, are you a coon?
Part 1,
Do
subsection
you
A.
get inside the gun of any Jews? Are you the bullet for the Jews?
I want to use to clean the guns.
Listen what I'm asking you now.
Okay.
Don't try to be clever and insightful and witty, because it ain't gonna work for you. It didn't work for you last time I was here. So why don't you leave that all to Eugene Eudora? Put that phone on
Oh,
the phone.
there we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Let me guess, you want to do a funny voice too.
Hello? They're calling tonight. They're not talking.
I'm going to tell you what, I've been telling you since the beginning. Oh, we got the lyrics Freebird right here. If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember Dirty John's a queer? For I must be traveling on Dirty John's a queer. There's too many places Dirty John's a queer.
At least you're getting the name right.
If I stay here with you queer, things just couldn't be so queer. 'Cause I'm as free as a queer now, and this coon you cannot change. No, this coon you cannot change. No, this coon you cannot change. What do you prefer, Negro? Do you like the word Negro? Is that a little more politically correct? If I call you Negro,
can I answer?
I'm gonna call you a coon.
Okay.
I don't know what's better, Negro skin queer or coon skin queer. I don't know which one sounds more righteous. Sounds more on the face of the Lord. What do you prefer? And let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Are you or are you not a queer? Answer me. Are you a queer?
My parents are listening. I'd rather not answer that.
Why are you cupping your mic? Why are you cupping that mic now so close to your mouth now? You are queer for your daddy and your mama, aren't you? Sometime early in your childhood, just like I know who told me. It was Deuteronomus Freud. Deuteronomus Freud, great. He was a great Greek explorer of olden times. He actually discovered Rome, the country of Rome. He discovered it 1563. Height of the Roman Empire, he discovered it. Sailing along the ocean blue 1492 with Christopher Columbus in his boat, the Pinta and the Santa Maria. The Pinta Maria, the Pintos and cheese. Now you listening to me. I heard a rumor, a prophecy, if you will, that you are queer. Are you or are you not queer? You got about 3 minutes.
You've beaten it out of me. Yes, I am.
I ain't gonna beat nothing on you. I ain't gonna have anything to do with your queer dumb. Your queerness. Your queer old look. Look, you got a big old long eyelashes. Look at me with your unibrow. What is that supposed to tell me? That's like the landing pattern from my ball sack. Think I'm kidding? I ain't gonna lie. Well, my name ain't Eudora. Founder and proprietor of 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody now. What is it?
Working.
Not till I stop. Not till I say it. Say it at the same time. Now follow instructions. I know it's difficult for you, your Down syndrome eyes, Down syndrome unibrow. Look at you. Unibrow syndrome. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Oh.
Hey! Turn on, Quill!
Remember, I have the control over the mics.
Yeah, it's the only control you have in your life. Hey! I ain't gonna lie. Oh! What do you think it is? It ain't no joke. Hold on a second. He come back. I'm gonna let Paul Hullabaloo out.
Hello, and welcome back.
Thank God.
So that was the Deftones, and now we're back to take some... Wait a minute, what time is it? I mean, where am I?
Want to take one last one?
I've got the sweat of bigotry on my brow. Yeah, let's take one more. Hello.
Hi. Is Paul there?
This is me. Quick.
Hi. This is Ruby. I just wanted to tell you before we close the show that your southern accent is wonderful. It makes me miss home.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, lady. You just brought it right back out of me. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do to you. Now, Dirty John, Don Earl, what have you, ain't gonna do anything. Why? He's a queer. He didn't answer. Are you a queer?
Sir.
I'm a queer.
Are you?
I am a queer.
You are what?
Queer.
1, 2, 3, go.
Queer.
Out or not?
Queer.
Out or not?
Queer.
Out or not?
Queer.
Till next week, I'm gonna tell you what. Paul Sousa. Kind Sound's coming up next with Aaron. He's all handsome and heavy. Is he still in the room?
Have a great week, Paul.
You'll be good now, young lady. I'll tell you what, she's a Georgia peach. I'm gonna peel her like a grape and eat her. You peel grapes, queer? You do that, queer? You can't bite. Your queer teeth can't bite through the grape skin, so you gotta peel it. You gotta have mommy and daddy peel it. Your
Say
queer
goodbye.
friends, mama and dada.
Say goodbye.
Till next week. NoPositiveAOL.com. You want to email me? Coonskin queer. I'm gonna kill you all. This has all been for Mr. John Moniz, by the way. By the how, by the way, by the when. Kind Sounds right now. Till next week. Subject, oppose, subvert. Go on down to Working Man's Crap Warehouse. Try the Miracle Chicken Fingers at the Peppermint Lounge. And until then, live the what?
Lie.
Queer. Go.